So, we're doing 5.3 questions. Homework 5.3, questions 17 and 19, right? And these are going to take us to that next level. And the next level is adding and subtracting, right? But it won't be that hard because the denominators are the same, okay? But what will be difficult, it's not that difficult, but we have to know where x's are undefined. Like when there's what's called an asymptote. You're not learning that yet, but that's basically what it means when you can't use an x. So remember how when we took logarithms, we couldn't find the logarithm of a negative number, right? So in the same aspect, when you have a fraction, you cannot have 0 in the denominator, okay? So anytime the bottom equals 0, it blows up. It doesn't work. Does that make sense? Okay? So when they ask you when x is undefined, right, or the variable is undefined, that's what they're asking you. They're saying, and sometimes they'll say, what's the domain? Okay? The domain is when x can't be. Okay? Because basically x can be anything, right? It's all real numbers, but not in this case. The domain in this case is now limited because x cannot be 7/4. Right? Now I'm going to show you why in a minute. Okay. So, my trusty dusty eraser. Alright. So the first thing is we need to add. When you add a fraction, 2/3 plus 4/3, right? What's it equal?
2.
You said 2, which you're right, but first give me another answer. And then you said 18, but I think
4.
you're multiplying 2 times 4, right? Okay, but we're adding 6/3, good. And the reason why I'm saying let's slow it down, smarty pants, is that let's see why it's 2 first. Okay, so it's 6/3, which then you came up with. Well, 3 goes into 6 twice, right? So there you go. Fractions, yay! Everybody loves them. Not, right? So same thing here. As long as these denominators are the same, right? Then you're going to come up with 4x minus 7, correct? And the top is going to be 2x minus 3 plus 2x minus 3. Does that make sense?
They don't combine?
Yes, they do. They do. I was just kind of going slow. Okay. And then they combine how? 4x minus 6, right? Over 4x minus 7. And now, is that recording?
Yeah.
Okay. And now I can cancel out the 4x's, right? No, thank you. Right, that's tricking you. Okay, no. That's it, you're done. Yay, team. That was easy, right? You're like, what's so hard about this, Dan? What's hard about this is when these are not the same. When they're different, it gets hard fast. Does that make sense? Okay? So, for right now, easy. Yeah? So this one, what's it going to be? Something over 2x plus 7, right? But in this case, remember, you're subtracting, right? So it's really minus 2x plus 5. Does that make sense? Because you're subtracting. Everybody on the block's got to get that paper, right? And so then you're going to have x squared minus 2x. And then negative 3 and positive 5 is plus 2. Is that right?
Okay.
And then we could factor that, couldn't we? Maybe. What multiplies to be 2 but adds to be 2?
1 and 2? Or 2 and 1?
Add to be 2.
Oh.
Did I mess up? Nope, that's true. Okay, so that's not factorable. Well, it is, but we'd have to use a quadratic formula, which isn't going to help us any. Okay, so we're done. That's it. Okay, so some of you are looking at it like, what did he say? Why is it this? So what I was looking at was what multiplies to be 2, right? But then adds to be 2. Right? And you can't multiply anything to be 2 because it's only 2 and 1 to be 2, right? And 2 plus 1 is 3. So nothing works. So it's not factorable. And that's those two problems. Now, what can x not be? So in this case, 4x minus 7 cannot equal 0. Right? So we solve. Plus 7 plus 7. So 4x cannot equal 7. Sorry about that. And then divide, right? And that's how I came up with that 7/4. Did I say 4/7 before? Probably did, huh? But it's 7/4. X cannot be 7/4. Okay? And what it is, it's always the opposite over this. Always. So when I look at this guy, I know that x cannot be 7 negative the opposite over 2. Now to prove that, I can do 2x plus 7, right? Cannot be 0. Minus 7 minus 7. 2x cannot be negative 7. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X cannot be negative 7 over 2. Ta-da! Right? So there's a trick. You know, it's not really a trick. It's a pattern. Right? That it's always the opposite over coefficient.
That'd be extra credit.
Actually, not any longer. Because they're expecting it from you. It used to be extra credit. And now, I think I need to make sure you do it. Because it might be on that state test. And if it's on that state test, I would hate... Because usually if I say extra credit, 80% of you don't do it. It's like, did I really teach it then? So, it's going to be on your test. Usually I wait until pre-cal to make it